You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Bold and the Beautiful fans, I've got your early weekly spoilers for August 18th through the 22nd. We're going to talk about Ridge and Brooke's ultimate betrayal. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt. If you're not following us, reach down, hit that subscribe button. As we always do on Early Edition Day, we talk about what's coming the rest of this week and then dive into what's ahead for next week. Real quick, I want to mention something that happened on Wednesday. I don't know if you've seen the episode yet or not. Ridge reluctantly left Brooke at Forrester Creations and he went to the mansion to see Taylor. Brooke is upset that he had to go see Taylor, but Eric assured Brooke that they are meant to be. And she was telling Eric and Katie that what happened in Italy between her and Ridge was magical. And then Nick shows up all ready to propose. I mention this because I was really bothered by both Brooke and Ridge's behavior that we're going to see continue to play out this week when dealing with the people that they are dumping. Nick popped out a ring to propose, said he loved her, and Brooke looks at the ring with a big smile and says, "I love you too," clearly leading him on. At the same time, Ridge was over at the Forrester mansion. He walked in, he kissed Taylor like nothing was wrong, you know? And she's talking about the wedding and he's talking about it with her. He tells her he loves her. And Ridge wasn't really giving any hint at all that there was trouble. And yet he is about to crush Taylor. And it is just a real betrayal. It seems like they're setting them up to think everything's fine instead of just walking in and going, "Hey, we need to talk." So on Thursday, August 14th, Electra makes a big decision and she tells Will she's ready to take their relationship to the next level. Electra is very thankful that Will has been patient and has been waiting on her to get ready to take the next step. And it was kind of interesting when he hugged her on Wednesday. She said that on Wednesday and is going to repeat it on Thursday. Will kind of looked less than thrilled at the idea of waiting much longer. I mean, Will is a Spencer male after all. And with Luna awake and the fact we know Remy's still lurking, I just hope neither of their personal stalkers show up to interrupt them getting intimate. But Electra is going to tell him this week she's ready. So Taylor is questioning the emotional moment between Ridge and Brooke in Italy when he talks to her more about it. And I just wonder if Taylor is going to have to pull the truth out of Ridge like she is a dentist pulling molars, you know? Taylor tells Ridge, yes, Brooke has a future. You know, she survived this ordeal, but her future is not going to be with Ridge because Taylor says she's not taking off her engagement ring. Well, that's going to be awkward because whether the ring stays or goes, Ridge is going back to Brooke soon. We should also be getting more of Brooke telling Nick she loves him. You know, it'll pick back up where it was on Wednesday and repeat. But I suspect that Brooke misleads him for a couple of minutes and lets him think there's hope. And then she betrays Nick and finally says, look, Ridge and I had a moment. We reconnected. We're getting back together. What I'd really like, by the way, is to see a conversation between Nick, who's been dumped, and Taylor, who's been dumped, before Nick leaves town because Jack Wagner is gone very soon. He is already back filming the new season of When Calls the Heart. However, I just feel like Nick and Taylor aren't going to have that conversation because Brad Bell doesn't give us nice things. So I doubt it will manifest, though I wish it would. On Friday, August 15th, it'll either happen on Thursday or Friday, but by the end of this week, Bill Spencer is over at University Hospital to confront Doctor Grace Buckingham. Now, we know from a phone call that Finn made to Liam that Grace indeed did turn herself into the cops, but then she's back at work. She's in her lab coat. She's at the hospital. How does that even happen? Maybe the police need to get a statement from Liam and Bill before they file charges. We'll see. But Bill's going to go over there, and he has already said he's going to make that B pay. So I'm very interested to see what he says. He's going to rip Grace a new one, and those are scenes not to be missed. So also on Friday, Sheila overhears Katie at Il Giardino asking Deacon if she can throw a small party for her son, Will Spencer, there. I'm guessing it's probably Katie doing a birthday party for Will because he was born on September 25th. 2012, by the way. It's funny because he should be turning 13, and instead we've got this, intimacy plot. So Sheila may be lurking and listening just to make sure nobody suspects Luna is alive. And Sheila may also be spying on Will because she knows how obsessed Luna was with him. And let's face it, she still is obsessed with Will because right after she woke up from that coma, Luna was thinking about kissing Will. So the crazy is not out of Luna's system. Liam did not shoot her sane, and that's a little scary. Also on Friday, Sheila and Lee spend time with Luna, who is healing. She's moving right along in her progress. She's still in the hospital bed, but she's in civilian clothes. She's in jeans. She's hanging out, laughing with the grandmas. Sheila brings her granddaughter a present, and the three of them discuss that no one can know that Luna is alive, and they're figuring out how to get her a new life. I suspect it has to be outside of LA. I do know that Lee said she wanted to rehabilitate her granddaughter/niece, but I'm not sure if that's possible. The week of August 18th through the 22nd, Liam's trying to figure out what is next. He had quit his job when he and Bill argued, but I know Liam's dad wants him back at Spencer Publications. And, this has just been earth-shattering for him. And so he's kind of got to put his little world back together and figure out where he goes from here. Ivy may finally tell Liam she still loves him. He's been mostly hanging out with Hope these days, but she's engaged. And Thomas is also on his way back to LA, which is another complication. Ivy told Electra recently how Liam was the best boyfriend ever. And of course, we know Ivy really wants Liam back. And I would like that because it would mean Ivy would stick around. Electra is ready to get intimate with Will. He's going to be thrilled. He's been very understanding, but at the same time, I doubt Electra is going to say, okay, and they jump straight to it. But I'm betting Will might be wanting to jump straight to it now that she has said, okay. Hope fills Carter in on Liam's ordeal. Daphne may be interested and may use Liam's new lease on life to shake Carter's confidence in his engagement. Luna's worried about what comes next as well, but what's troubling is that Will is still on the front burner of her brain. While he and Electra are moving forward, they're very relieved she's dead. It just seems unlikely that Will and Electra's nightmare with Luna is really done. Sheila makes Deacon suspicious. She's going to be spending a lot of time away from Il Giardino, hanging out with Luna and Lee. And I bet Deacon wonders where she is. And hopefully Deacon's not going to think that his 8-toed honey met a new man and follows Sheila and finds out about Luna. Also, Brooke may lose patience waiting for Ridge to ditch Taylor if he doesn't man up and take care of business in these 2 weeks. We'll see how that goes. Plus, you may have already heard Matthew Atkinson is back in early September. And also Taylor is still in LA in early September. I've seen leaked scripts with her name listed as one of the characters during the first couple of weeks. So that has me worried that Thomas won't stay and he just comes back to support his mom and take her out of LA. That would really stink if we only get a drive-by. Fingers crossed, Matt Atkinson is back for a more permanent return.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.